So this year at Sibos is the first time we have the Sibos University. I'm joined by Peter Ware, the director of the Swift Institute. So Peter, what's the thinking behind Sibos University? Isn't it a bit late for bankers to go back to school?
Not at all. I think education is always timely. So the real thinking was that there was a belief that there's a lot of academic research that's out there that we at Swift were largely unaware of, and we expected that our customers were largely unaware of it too. And so what we wanted to try and do was bridge the gap between academia and the financial industry. So we brought the academics here to Boston, which is an ideal location with so many universities being in the area. And we want them to give lectures on various topics that they're expert on that relate to the financial industry, and give them a platform so that they can engage and meet with our banking customers.
So I guess the sort of stereotype is that academics are stuck in their ivory towers and then bankers are just too busy just doing their everyday job. They don't have time to think. So what is it that they can learn from each other?
Well, the academics, I think, can bring a fresh insight into issues impacting the industry. So they obviously specialize in certain topics and they become experts in those topics. And I think they have an unbiased view. They're not jaded by being in the industry and working in it on a day-to-day basis. So I think they have that fresh approach and they can go in depth into topics. So I think from a banker's perspective, they can learn from that. And then vice versa, I think the academics, they can learn from bankers' day-to-day knowledge. So they can get a different perspective on what they've been studying. They can find out the real practical day-to-day issues. And we found that in the past, before Sibos, when we brought the two sides together, that academics will learn from the industry, and it ends up influencing their future research agenda.
Okay, so what kind of topics have they been discussing, and how do you expect that to change next year?
Well, what we've brought to Sibos Boston is a range of topics. We've got cybersecurity, market infrastructures that includes also virtual currencies. We've got cloud computing, personal productivity, women in finance, financial inclusion, which ties in nicely with Thursday's big issue debate and Bill Gates coming. So it is a wide range of topics, but they're all quite topical. They're all things that are on the agenda elsewhere throughout Sibos this week. For next year, it's a bit early to say, but I suspect that virtual currencies will play a big role next year. Regulation, as always, and I think cybersecurity. I think those will probably be the big three topics that we'll be talking about next year.